Hello everyone, ockpii here, and today I want to talk to you about Battlefield Heroes. Battlefield Heroes is a free-to-play third-person shooter initially developed by EA during alpha testing, and during closed beta and onward, EZ Studios, the play-for-free branch of EA. Now, why do I want to talk about this game? Well, it is actually closing. So, July 14, 2015, Battlefield Heroes is going to close. So after existing in closed beta since August 2008, it's finally closing all these years later. So I decided I wanted to do some sort of goodbye service to this game. I actually had some closed beta access to it, and it's definitely been an interesting game to sort of follow from afar all these years. But in any case, in this video I'm going to explain to you how the game works, from gameplay stuff like objectives, classes, abilities, etc., to the point system in the game, to events, among other things. So, let's get to it. So firstly, the objective of the game is to win rounds, and you do that by reducing the enemy's tickets to 0 in Conquest, where you capture control points, or you can capture and secure a rocket for a certain amount of time in V2 Vengeance, or also called Hero of the Hill. You can steal and secure the enemy's flags and capture the flag, or simply kill everyone on the enemy team in team elimination, basically team deathmatch. There are two factions in this game that you can play as. The first one is the Royal Army, which is based on the United States and the United Kingdom from World War II. The second one is the National Army, which obviously takes inspiration from the Germans also in the Second World War. There are three classes in this game that follow the balance between speed and endurance. So first up, you have the Soldier, which has medium speed and resistance. He starts out with a shotgun and a medium-range SMG. Next, you have the Gunner, which has low speed but high resistance. Starts out with a light machine gun and the Tank Buster. And finally, you have the Commando, which has high speed but low resistance and can turn invisible. He starts out with a sniper rifle and a knife. And speaking of weapons, there are 10 types of weapons. And at any point, you can carry two main weapons, being like pistols and rifles or stuff like that, and an explosive weapon like TNT, rocket launcher, bazooka, stuff like that. I want to talk a little bit about abilities now. It's one of the many key elements in Battlefield Heroes. Each class has access to a set of unlockable abilities that can be upgraded up to 5 times using hero points. I'll get into that a little bit later. You can also get widgets, which are special items that actually run out, either due to being available only for a certain amount of time, or because you've used up all of the widgets. An example of this is, for example, kind of bandages that you can get. For abilities though, they depend on the class that you're playing, and they can be stuff like healing yourself and the allies that are near you, or running really fast, or things like that. In terms of the environment you play in, there's also various different maps. They're typically balanced around infantry or vehicle maps. So for example, there are maps that are designed more around you walking around with maybe a jeep or something, and maybe maps that are more towards you using airplanes or things like that. Each team has their own spawn points, and scattered across the map are the elements of win condition for each team. So for example, when you open the map, you can see the control points that you have to, well, control, and it varies with the different objectives of each round type. There are also 4 types of vehicles. There are tanks, jeeps, planes, and helicopters. Tanks and jeeps spawn with the player's spawn points, but planes and helicopters only spawn from time to time. Now let's talk about points. You have hero points, which are the points you use to upgrade an ability or get a new one if you haven't unlocked all of them, and you get them on every even level of your character. There's also Valor points, which is the in-game free currency earned by completing missions and just playing the game. You can use it to buy weapons at the store, certain widgets, emotes, and some clothing items. And finally, there's Play for Free Funds, whose name is a little bit ironic, which are purchasable points to buy clothes, emotes, XP and VP boosts, and they can't buy in-game advantages. So that is the business model for this game. Free points that can take you a while to grind out to get any decent stuff, and the ability to buy a bunch of cosmetic stuff using real money. Through events or just special offers, devs would bring in new items, new game modes, new maps, cosmetic changes. For example, this is really an event that when they added Dead Space outfits, or when they added the tricycle game mode / vehicle for the 3rd year anniversary. As much as I think Battlefield Heroes is a pretty fun game, I don't really think it stacks up to today's standards of third-person shooters. Next week I'll actually be talking about a new third-person shooter that's actually turned into esport, so make sure to check out that one when it comes out. Thank you for watching this video. On your screen right now, you have my brand new outro screen, which only contains one video right now, so make sure to check that out because it's the announcement video where I explain how this new version of the channel is going to work. To sum it up, there's a new schedule that this channel is going to work under. The next video is going to be Wednesday, which is going to be the beginning of my Let's Play. So make sure to check that one out and get informed on how the channel is going to work now, and I will see you on my next video.